You're watching the news at 1. We welcome back our 404 viewers. Now, President Jacob Zuma says energy is a development catalyst and without it there will be very little economic activity. He was delivering the keynote address at the Energy Indaba underway in Midrand. President Zuma also called for transformation to be boosted in the sector. For more on this, we cross over to our senior reporter, Diabo Seto, at the Indaba. Good afternoon, Diabo. What's taken place so far?
Good afternoon, Zinga. Well, apart from the keynote address that the President made this morning, we are currently in a session where there is a panel discussion talking about energy security in all its forms. Remember that South Africa has its own plans in terms of the energy mix that we require for energy security in the country, amongst that being the coal, renewable energy, and of course the very much talked about the nuclear energy. And as you have already said, that the President stressed about the importance of securing energy and making sure that it works in the good of the economy. Remember that just this week, SABC released its third quarter GDP figures, which showed that the economy had grown by 2%. It's obviously a little bit higher than what we had expected. Economists had expected around 1.6. And of course, for that growth to be sustainable, it's important that one of the important things that should happen is that we need to have energy, secure energy supply. That means, and also affordable, might I add, energy supply. But the Minister of Energy was the one who introduced the President this morning, talking about also about the energy supply issues. But I must warn you that, Nzinga, this Energy Indaba has not been without its call it hurdles. We've had a lot of people who have spoken against it, and in fact I also saw some protesters outside as we made our way here this morning. But Minister Mahlobo is joining us this morning, and I'll find out from him just what the controversy is with regards to the conference. Minister, thank you very much for making time. As you may have already heard me there, that this conference has attracted a lot of criticism. A lot of people already saying that they were not consulted. They do not know what this conference was about and that it is hastily convened. What's your comment around that?
Well, thank you very much, Sis Diabo, and to all your viewers. The conference is a big success. We've started very well. Well, when it comes to issues of energy issues are very highly contested. They are contested because they contain elements of economics. There are those who want to make profits and so forth. There are also those that have issues around security implications. There are those who are more about environmental considerations, but also more about politics. In the main, it's the duty of the state to find a balance, because those people have different views. The conversation is a bad conversation. The conversation must be about energy security that is sustainable, that is affordable, but an energy sector that includes all our people, but more importantly, the issues around environmental consideration. This is where the debate should be. We're having a situation where a number of other people, they wanted to speculate. When yesterday I spoke to Morning Live, I was able to share with the country, why are we here? We're here not to consult people. We're here as various stakeholders, business, government, experts, and our mission is only one mission only. Why are we here is to reignite the economy, grow the necessary jobs that we need, because it's an important issue for peace, stability and prosperity.
I've noted that Eskom was not part of these today's proceedings. I would have expected that as a power utility they would be part of these proceedings. And secondly, since you've assumed office, you have not been spared with regards to criticism around the nuclear energy, and you have stressed about the importance of having nuclear energy. Of course, there's the issue of cost. Won't you just allay the fears of our viewers about where the country is going to get the money for nuclear, and also why Eskom is not here?
Well, Sister Diabo, you might have missed Ubab Khoza is here, the chairperson of Eskom, and the technical teams, they are part of this. They might not be part of the panel, but when we go to the working groups, Eskom is here, which is our public power producer, and then we have a number of independent power producers. The criticism about cost implications, these criticisms are on the basis of the failure to understand, to say at what point of the system or the value chain are you talking about cost implication. Indeed, cost in South Africa and all over the world is a factor, because energy must be affordable. On Monday, I had to increase the prices of fuel, and it's hitting on the poor. But at the very same time, if people are going to come in and invest in our economy, they are expecting to be getting some margins. More importantly, Dr. Kem was actually talking about the price of that you are actually getting from Quebec in terms of kilowatts per hour. If you want to use that unit, is the most cheapest one. Is actually below 40 cents per kilowatt. But that's not how government looks at cost. You look at cost from a source, whether it's coal, whether it's renewables or what. If you are going to start a plant, like a coal plant, you need to start mining, create thousands of jobs, start new village, new communities that are there. You build the plant itself. To build a nuclear plant, it takes about 12 years or more because it's a major project. Coal plant, it will take you about 8 years or 7 years. A renewable will take that one. Then there's a time for operation where you put those power lines so that you connect communities. At a particular point in the coast, they are about decommissioning. When a plant comes off grid, then there will be a number of cost implications. But more importantly, businesses here, they are saying they have an appetite to invest in energy, because it's not the other way around. Energy must drive the economy. It's not that the economic or the cost implication must do that. But when government comes to implementation of projects, we will use the question of pace, scale, affordability, and environmental consideration as a mantra to implement any program.
Minister Mahlobo, I'm afraid we don't have much time, but thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Zinga, that was Minister of Energy, Mr. David Mahlobo, just updating us on the ongoing Energy Indaba. It's expected to go ahead until tomorrow right here at Gallagher Estate in Midrand.
Well, thanks so much for that update.